I believe quite strongly that solar power will be the single largest source of electricity generation by the midpoint of the century. When saying that, Elon Musk was envisioning a future of utilizing the energy humans are able to capture from our planet. Right now, this looks like photovoltaics, also known as solar panels. But in the future, this would scale beyond simple solar arrays the size of football fields. There's a concept for measuring the technological capability of a civilization based on their usage of energy in relation to the universe. This is known as the Kardashev scale. The first type is represented by the full planet level extraction of usable energy. This looks like not just taking full advantage of the solar energy at the surface, but also utilizing all the geothermal energy available at the planet's core, all the wind energy, perhaps all the radioisotopes in nuclear reactors, and burning all the fossil fuel reserves when applicable. This is measured at about 10 to the 16 watts of energy. Humanity, for example, has been estimated to be at about 0.72 on the Kardashev scale, making us a Type 0 civilization. A Stage 2 civilization would consume all the available energy in their solar system. This would mean that they were capable of building a structure that could harvest every ounce of power from their sun. This is measured beyond 10 to the 26 watts. Stage 3 would extract all the energy from their galaxy, which would be measured at 10 to the 36 watts. And Stage 4 would extract all the energy from their universe. But in this video, we'll be more interested in exploring the Stage 2 civilization as humanity is on track to hit Type 1 status between 2100 and 2300, making the next target Stage 2. So you may be thinking, okay, we will hit our Type 1 status, and then what? Then we will have to look outward to expand our energy capabilities beyond our planet. One idea that astrophysicists hypothesized in the past was the idea of a Dyson sphere, a thin shell that encapsulates a star and that its surface area would allow it to capture all the energy output by the stellar rays. Many people envision a flimsy eggshell that could have holes blown through it by passing asteroids or solar flares at any second, or would fall inward toward the star due to gravity. However, in practice, the Dyson sphere wouldn't resemble the thin, flimsy shell that became popular in science fiction media. Instead, the Dyson sphere would look more like a swarm or a constellation of satellites that orbit the star and beam the focused energy back to the planets or moons that the civilization calls home. This is actually what the future energy could look like. At the moment, only 0.000000045% of the sun's energy hits Earth. So if we could capture 1% of the sun's energy using a Dyson swarm, we would capture more usable energy than is available within the entire Earth, including all other sources of energy such as fossil fuels and nuclear. With the redirecting of this sunlight, we could beam power through the vacuum of space at the same concentration with very little losses. Mars, which currently receives about 44% of the energy from the sun than the Earth does, could be boosted to the same levels, allowing the melting of Mars's polar ice caps and the beginning of true terraforming. Sunlight could even act as an engine for spacecraft, using the power of photons to create solar sails which accelerate these spacecraft close to the speed of light. Or perhaps this sunlight could be directed to asteroid mining sites, heating up the asteroids to melt them for easy collection. And lastly, this energy could be transmitted back to Earth where orbiting satellites would step the energy down into microwave frequencies to be collected by massive rectenna arrays on Earth and then sent to power millions of homes with sun power. In the immediate term, this would allow Earth orbiting satellites to have much smaller solar arrays, as the concentration of sunlight could be far greater using this Dyson sphere technology. They would then be lighter overall and therefore much cheaper to produce and launch. Many people, including some very reputable astrophysicists, have completely wrote this concept off as even possible. Their reasoning usually involves strawmanning the argument using the traditional shell Dyson sphere idea. They will typically state that if they used all the mass in the entire solar system, the shell would only be a few microns thick. However, the astrophysicist that hypothesized this concept was misunderstood and actually describes something far closer to our constellation of individual solar collecting satellites. Additionally, achieving an amount of energy collection that is comparable to the entire output of Earth is far more possible than the shell design, and will likely be necessary once our civilization moves beyond Earth. The only thing that limits the true creation of this structure is mass to orbit, until now. With SpaceX's push to bring Starship to the breaking point of the price for mass to orbit, I think the odds that we will see this technology begin to take fruition before 2100 are greater than none. Ultimately, I don't think anyone disagrees that the Dyson Swarm is a viable method of power collection, but it will certainly be challenging. The road to get there will involve a lot of clever engineering. This is a topic that I've always taken a lot of time to think through, even before making this video. I've always been fascinated with making humanity multiplanetary, and this is one of the critical stepping stones that will get us there. Do you think we will see something like this soon, or will it remain science fiction? Please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.